How? Today is the 22nd of December 2024. I'm going to be showing a performance of how my home heats up live. This was at 38 degrees. Right now, I'm going to show you. I'm using wooden stove. I just barely heated up. Right now, I'm going to lower this from up to low. And it's been roughly almost close to 13 minutes that the electric heater's been running. And so I'm gonna try to not get too close. If you got any questions about my dual attic, I've already gotten up 4 degrees since 12 and a half minutes. So I'm gonna roughly see how quick and fast this will actually go. And time does fly by. It's no gimmick or anything or whatsoever. We're just gonna chill right here while those are all going. And right when it gets to 1 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm gonna shut down everything, the propane, the electric, and of course the wooden stuff will shut down whenever it's ready. I'm using, I want to say aspen, hardwood, and the wooden stove. So you can tell that it's like really going. Almost 46 degrees. And it's pretty quick. I just feel like I just barely turned on everything and got them all going, and decided to pull it up and show how it performs live. As you can hear, the heater is getting higher in fans to try to cool it down, but it's producing a lot more heat than people think. I definitely been enjoying my Earthbag home. I'm gonna show one more time real quick. I'm using wooden stove with aspen wood. I only got a little bit chopped up. And right here I'm using the propane heater on low now. And right here, the time lapse on my electric heater. Here's my electric heater right here. Pretty cool setup, huh? And so let's go back to the midway in home. I'm in about roughly a 32 foot by 20, about 740 square foot. Are you in a ship? I wouldn't say necessarily I'm in a Earth ship with tires. I'm in a Earthbag home with graphite bags. I did the solo technique off of CalEarth.org. And I've really enjoyed the technique when I was about 31 years old when I started. I'm 41 now. The home is roughly about 8 years old, and it's held up excellent. A lot better than I bargained for. I wouldn't possibly know what to think. So I started off at 38 degrees, so I'm at 44 degrees so far at the time lapse. Roughly about close to 15 minutes overall. I started a little bit right before I went live. I'm still getting used to this. What's going on, silly guy? Man, I'm testing out something to see how fast this goes. Goku edits are from Australia or United States of America. I am from the USA. I'm in Colorado, a ghost town called Mesitas. They thought this would be the next New York, and they never got water. And I Been just trying to take in this little ghost town rural area and just enjoy the mountain range. It's got phenomenal mountain range. So kind of give y'all an idea what temperature it is outside in Colorado on the 22nd. Here's just right outside the door temperature. I'm trying to get a good reflect off of there. There we go. Look like about 50 degrees. Did not play Kevin's first game. I almost pooped myself. Sorry about that interruption. But you can tell that I had just a little bit of snow out there. And temperature and everything right here. 44 degrees so far. It's on Roblox. Oh man. I don't know about Roblox too much. Isn't that one where you can kind of play all types of mini games? Something like that. It's got a bunch of different ways to play them. I haven't really sat down and played it, nor less seen a wall offer for it, if any of y'all are doing stuff like that. Fortnite, it's been a while since I played. Brawl Stars, about 2 years ago I played Brawl Stars, I think. Or Brawlers, I think. Still 44 degrees. I'm gonna come over here and check up on my fire, kind of kindle it. So it is real hot. I'm gonna get ready to turn on the blower that's on the back of it. That's important to this whole design concept of what I do in here. It's all about air circulation. And then I got the ceiling fan up here. I'll turn that on reverse. And Call of Duty I haven't played in forever. I haven't played that one in a long time. As it gets up to about 50 to 60, it take a little bit of push time. Minecraft, I had found one that played a little bit of NFT in it, but I don't know if those guys wanted to continue doing their blockchain anymore. It was kind of cool to do an NFT one. They had one where I got an NFT bear, and I could turn into not a bear, it was a bear mount that I could ride on the back of the bear, and it was an upright bear. Super Mario was my first game to ever beat in my life. That was when I was 5 years old. That's 36 years ago. 21 minutes has elapsed, according to the miner. Time. Let's see here. I'm still getting the cool air to circulate around. It's almost to 46 degrees already. Madden, last time I played Madden was on Sega Genesis. That was in the 1990s. I was probably about 11, maybe 12. No, correct me. I was about 8 or 9 years old. And they even came out with the NFL Blitz around that time. NCAA. Gonna have to give me a hint on that one. On Brawl Stars, I'm trying to remember if I played that one or if it was Brawlers. Unless they're the same game. College football, okay. NCAA, no, I have not played any college football on that note. I'm sure they've made some pretty cool ones. So this device that I pieced together right here, I'm trying some kind of sand battery technique right now. It's just a temporary thing to test out. It seems pretty interesting to me. And then I need to try out the solar air heater technique next. So I'm at roughly 23 minutes and 19 seconds. And the heater is still producing. Right now it's starting its next phase. Among Us, nah, I didn't like that game. It caused too many disputes between all the streamers and I. Especially trying to play it for someone's birthday. Blood Blast, I think that one's pretty cool. I actually like that puzzle game. I played the Ethereum Blood Blast on they got a Bitcoin version one. Where you can play and earn, and you can earn a little bit of Bitcoin. Highly recommend Ethereum Bitcoin Blast. I want to say that it's by the company called Blink App. I don't have a referral link for those. They have like a daily login. Red Dead Redemption, I thought about trying to get it and see what it's like. I'm not sure if I'll like it or not. The Last of not that one. There was another native cowboy style game. I didn't end up liking it either. It's kind of hard to find one where it's not like excessively wrong. Apex is pretty cool. That one I do like. I don't remember all their names. I just know that I was playing the Revenant a lot, along with the guy that flew the drone. GTA, I played only number 5. But only the beginning, not like much into it. All right, let's see here. I'm getting close to 46 in temperature as I run the devices, a trio heat mixture. Still got the propane going. Can I show y'all a surprise? It's my solar. I'm actually streaming from solar right here. We got the battery, the inverter. This right here is called an MPPT. It helps put the charge to the battery. And so right now I just only got the hub hooked up to it. Look like a board cube. Thank you, I like trucks. Thank you for subscribing and liking, man. Can I have a shout out? I'm not sure what you do, trucks, but I really appreciate you coming and spending time with me and just kind of rummaging through the games that we all enjoy out there. I don't know if you tried any of them out there. EverQuest was my favorite game all time. EverQuest 1 and 2. I played as a rogue and a beast lord. Rogue in EverQuest 1, beast lord in EverQuest 2. If you have those games, definitely enjoy them if they're having any Christmas deals going on and stuff. I've been trying out Albion Online, and I tried out something called Grim Soul. It seemed kind of like a real hard survival, but simple mobile play. And these are games that you can find on the wall offer through all different types of programs. If you ever want a referral link, you can uh, ask me for one. What is this message? I'm not at a mod station right now. I'm just kind of winging it here. I'm not at my OBS right now. I kind of just went live right on my new cell phone. It looks like I'm coming in a lot better. Y'all can actually see my wrinkles. My surgery, how it turned out. Kind of looks like the Joker half smile, I have a Earthbag home. If I knew I wouldn't lose connection, I would come outside the home. The best I can show is probably right here. This is the final stucco. This is what's underneath the stucco. That's the most damage I've seen on the interior through shifting. That's it. No other cracks or anything. I developed a way better Adobe base that I'll hope one day that my son comes up to Colorado and I can film him and he mixed the Adobe base and tell y'all my recipe. I don't know what you're trying to say, Nubs. They auto modding right now. I'm nowhere near a way to mod my channel. You're looking for a property on Colorado for doing just that or something similar. So before you even decide on buying a property, always go to your county that you're gonna pick and go to planning and zoning and ask them, can I use this technique from CalEarth.org, the solo technique to build earth bags with graphite bags? Some places they're starting to not allow the earth ship, which is made out of tires. Uh, as far as like wanting to build one, I suggest building the walls of your home first with conventional wood, and then earth bag on the outside of your home, about halfway or more, or however much you would like to put into it. But that's the easier way and the safer way, and it'll save you a lot of headache. And just even going up 4 feet around the base of your home, you can think about how much snow is falling nowadays to the radical sunshine. You see how much snow can drop. This is close to 4 to 5 feet. And so what you're looking for is the R rating, the thickness of the bag to insulate your home, keeping heat inside versus cold outside, or cold air in versus real harsh sunshine outside. Yeah, I would suggest doing a hybrid one because this really I went almost close to 8 feet tall on my walls, and it was a lot on my body and string. It was a lot more than I thought that I would bargain for. Almost 46 degrees. It's starting to break through that cold barrier that happens around 45 to about 55, and before it just spikes up and goes real hot real quick. So here's my wooden stove. I have almost burnt the first little small stack just to start the heat of the stove, and it's already hot. And if you have one of those blowing type stoves, I kind of recommend just one brick layer, and it makes it even hotter, quicker to come out. You thinking seriously about doing a adobe wall with the insulation layer between and having an outdoor fire heat with the interior of a double wall? Yeah, that sounds like a good approach for basically to contain your fire. So, you know what I mean? Because I got some of those pellet stoves, and you can almost Get certain ones that you can put a ventilation out to it all. I went with this technique to kind of allow the airflow between each room. And of course, it's just me living in here. And so here's the propane heat. I still got it on low. You do construction and landscaping currently, so you kind of pretty decent idea what you're getting into. Yeah, that's good. You got a good idea of what weight you're working with too. So here's the electric heater. This is my studio. I've been changing it up. Welcome to my miner shack, y'all. So I used pipeline nubs, and that's where a lot of my construction came into play. These are actual custom prescription glasses for pipeline welding. Z87, OSHA standard, all that stuff. And so I couldn't get into landscaping because the desert out here is kind of harsh on the plants. It's not really, I'm not getting enough moisture for the humidity effect for the plants to foliage. And even with a greenhouse, I'm still struggling. Basing off the ancient Japanese practice of heating under the floor, yes. I have looked into that. Oil furnace for the flooring. If I knew I could do it and install it, I would try. Another one you want to check out is sand battery technique, where they're using almost like the same oil friction lines with an air heater plumbing type setup, and they run it through the sand, and they're even using solar panels to heat up the sand. And one guy, he shows a video. He takes a 400-watt panel, he hooks it up to like a sand flower pot just to show example, and then he shows how it gets up to 300 to almost 400 degrees in just an hour or two. I'm in the ghost town rural area of Mesquite, Colorado. It's just south of San Luis. It used to be a town that was considered that was going to be the next New York metropolis, but they never got rain and water, and it just kind of dissuaded the people from trying to develop this area. So, all right, I'm close to 35 minutes on my timer. I'm shooting for a 45-minute test on how hot I can get it in here. From 38 degrees to what? And as you can tell, I'm already at 46 solid degrees. And that's pretty quick. Yeah, if I wanted to flood the land design that I have, it's got a nice drop in the middle of it. And it would make really good for a rice field, in my opinion. And it's got agricultural rights to it. Been trying my best to keep it on there. Yeah, the sand battery idea. I was watching New Zealand. I believe it was their country. And they went big. They went big for their whole town. And they said that they had a phenomenal 95% electricity savings. A phenomenal amount. I used to be a pipeline welder, so of course, when you use flux core or subarc, it's got sand type rocks that fall on the weld and keeps the oxygen from getting to the weld, and porosity is prevented into the weld. And I was just like, why didn't I think of this? And they showed that it was an ancient technique back from King days too. Have you ever thought about using a Trump pump to make power? I've been trying to study some variety of different types ones. I haven't heard of Trump type pump. Uh, I've looked at ones that they try to loop, but when I think about the loop, I think about how hot the lines would get and how quickly it would combust into fire. But I don't know. A lot of things to look into when I think about a windmill versus those infinite generator type power things. What is the the difference? Friction and versus loop power. You know, I try to think of different ways that I could improve the solar technology along with generating power. I want to try to get a hold of the alternator and try and see if I can one day produce enough power to turn on electric heater. And so I know it's getting more possible. Some things I've gotten down to 60 watts. So, I have a little tiny heater in my bathroom. It's a little 60-watt one. And that's the first thing I would think of trying to run for a heating element before anything going too unsafe. If you would like to get a hold of me, I can get you all sorts of ideas, maybe even come out and implement them with you as I'm going to be on Colorado. Have you decided on an area? Because like some of the building permits as you get to like Colorado Springs and Denver, they get a kind of a little up there. Out here in the south part of Colorado where it's like a desert, they're a bit more affordable. Uh, as versus to closer to the city. Further away from the city, the cheaper the permits. The more closer into city, of course, more expensive. You can check out Alamosa. That's another close, tight town connection with all of the San Luis Valley. Alamosa has a hospital. This is also an important thing when you move out to Colorado. If you want to be close to a bone doctor, you have to be anywhere from Pueblo to Denver. Those are the only places with bone doctors. And so, the hospitals, they do have a flying network to be able to transport any life lights. It's just, Colorado's real windy. Real windy. That's the one thing you're going to probably notice up here is the winds. Looks like it's starting to head up to 48 degrees. So my fire over here is going to need to be kindled. So I'm going to go ahead and put the next stack of wood in. Alright, I only take 3 little slivers to boost it up. It's already hot. It's pushing off a lot of heat already. So I got about a time lapse of 30 minutes on live. Got about 42 minutes on there. I see the problem. It stopped running. Gotta wake it up. The electric heater didn't stay running the whole time. Is that the name of the company that you're gonna use when you get to Colorado? Tim Herb Contracting. Yeah, if I would have got confused with the words, I would have almost thought it was timber contracting. At Gmail? Nice. You should be able to find my email address live in public easily. And so maybe I should make a easier one with my real name for people to contact me. All right. I was trying to beat that high peak hour time, and then somehow my miner didn't fully go through for a full timer. Unless it did the timer I had programmed for it. I'm sure when I look back into the video, it's around 31 minutes when you told me your email. I'll try to email y'all. It's definitely nice and toasty off of the wooden stove. Of course, I'm trying to use the least amount of propane gas while it's on low. I only use it up on high. When I first turn it on. I'm sure I would have been further along on this test if my miner wasn't set on a timer. Yeah, definitely. As soon as they can figure out what they're gonna do for my certified disability, I'll have to figure out how to save money and manage and utilize contractors if I can. I'll have to figure it out. It's not like I have terribly a lot of money. I'm down to pretty much in questions of what our economy is going to turn out to even recover what has happened to me either is a problem. And so I might have to try this experiment one more time, but this time actually control the timer on my miner. I want to say it only ran for like 15 minutes. And that's the one that pushes the most heat out. I'm gonna give it 15 more minutes. This time the wooden stuff is at max heat. Propane is going. Starting over on the miner timer. The heat's starting to push out. If y'all been wondering, usually I sleep on stream on Twitch. I got a new medical pillows. I'm trying out this triangle pillow to kind of help with my hernia mesh surgery. It's been a year, and the reason why I haven't been online a lot, just about everybody went to the emergency room. Except me this round. I got told that they're gonna have to give me an MRI on where they install my mesh screen, and I tried to lift, my normal 80 to 100 pounds after 6 months healing. Well, eventually my water well pump went out, and I think going up and down the ladder trying to fix my water well, and kind of cost me some problematic damage inside my hip. My quads and my hamstring is swollen. And even though the hernia mesh screen is on the inguinal, it's a lot. You don't rot the emergency room. You do a lot of health and wellness and have healed a lot of things for yourself using herbs. Yeah, I definitely agree. I've been getting turmeric, Epsom salt, and ground cloves. Been one of my mixtures to help with the swelling. Soaking a hot bath has helped out a lot more than I bargained. It's been a while since I came online and just kind of gave you a live stream. Since I worked on the water well, I did successfully fix it the 4th time. Like, really excellent. I made the right decision upgrading to schedule 120 PVC 1-inch pipe, and it's reduced the spindle of my water well pump, and the overall structure of it is real solid. And this time I was able to clean all the way to the bottom of the water well, every little bit, and I installed the water well pump all the way to the bottom. It's at 385 feet is what I officially determined for the overall install. Let's see here. It's getting really close to that 50-degree mark. Yeah, let's see here. Let's show y'all. I gotta turn that light on. I'm gonna show y'all my trio mixture. So just, you can take something. Let's see here. Just anything, like even Epsom salt. Yeah, the airlift. I gotta turn that electric light on. I've been trying all different ways to save on electricity. Yeah, if you look in my videos, I designed a pump called the Tiger Pump Airlift. It allowed me to be able to work all the way to 400 feet. I was able to pull up water. In order to clean the bottom of the water well with about 35 to 55 psi, it took about 2 weeks to a month. And that's a lot of strain on the pumps. And so it takes something like this, ground close. And some turmeric. As far as the pump I installed was another 3 horsepower pump. And it worked out pretty excellent. To still pull, an average of 16 gallons per minute. And the water is like excellent quality here in Colorado. If you decide to come here, whichever county you pick from, ask for the water well division. Ask how much land you need to be able to drill a water well and how much depth it'll be. Try to shoot for a land that you can get a shallow water well. Those are easier to fix. And even with any airlift pump out design out there besides mine, Mine also will clean a shallow water well. Uh, they all work great for 150 feet is great for a shallow water well, and try to get about 20 to 35 feet below the top of the water. Somewhere as deep as you can, if you can afford to drill and everything. They have one. Another town to consider is Walsenburg. It's right there on I-25, uh, on the main highway, and it'll be right there where you can turn off to the town. Uh, there'll be also a water well driller right there that you can try to contact, and they've been there over 10 years since I've been here in Colorado. If I could have afforded them to come from all the way from Alsenburg to Mesitas to drill my water well, I would have picked them. They're roughly 80 miles from me, from Mesita to Walsenburg. And also in Walsenburg, they have a VA hospital if you're a veteran. Um, Many people utilize the VA hospital nearby there. They got medical places, and Pueblo, Colorado's Springs is roughly about 50 to 70 miles from Walsenburg. Walsenburg also has like a little tiny splash town water slide park. Yeah, I would say you only had problems with permits and stuff when it was the start of legal recreational marijuana. That's when I had got my permits before a lot of people stormed to this state to start, and they were starting without permits. That's when it became an issue. And if they would have just went in, and they were out here where I was at, it was $200 to start and $10 for your physical address. So $210 to keep the government from bothering you was really cheap. You know, that's the only thing. And even as construction, we all know if we don't have those permits, government come and bother you. Why are you doing this? We got about 43 minutes live time on the stream. Wooden stuff is really hot now. Temperature has picked up from 38 degrees to almost 50 degrees, which is plenty hot for me already. Went with low setting on the propane. Minor timer. 13 minutes already elapsed. The heat coming out of this miner, pretty toasty. Those things are really hot. It's nice to have knowledge, man. It helps to have a good general idea of what we're messing with. Especially the tools, man, how you handle them and everything. Like if you're gonna go with a framing gun, all those things versus screw gun to put your building together. Uh, Knowing how to level out the structural, what to look for if it starts to become distable. All of those things are important knowledge. They don't call me nuts for no reason. Temperature's already climbing over 50. Let's see here. 52 degrees already. It is booging. By the time I get to 60 degrees in here, I'm going to be sweating, y'all. I'm going to be sweating. So, the temperature's been radical here in Colorado. Sunshine's been off the chart. Temperature is it's about roughly 1:05 to 1:10 p.m. Mountain Eastern Time. This is how quickly it's changing here. So all that residual cold is being stuck in my home. And I can release a lot of it out of here. It's roughly about 56 degrees now. And so the way I built the home design, like I told y'all, it's supposed to keep the heat out, keep the cool in. And during the day, the sunshine has been outrageous up here. Give me weed, material, time, and a bit of food, and I'll create pretty much whatever you're after with reason. It does help. It does help. I've been a medical marijuana patient 10 years. And I couldn't eat meat. That's why I became one. And that's how I began. I took marijuana. I was able to eat again. I tried to get stronger, and I tried to beat whatever was ailing me and taking me. And so it's rough. The overnight temperature got down to about 23 degrees last night. And so I am dropping below freezing time still here in Colorado, even though it is officially winter. And I'm confused because it's supposed to be a blizzard out there. It's supposed to be like negative 20 degrees outside. And I'm having radical temperatures. The way the sun is coming in, it's burning harshly. Sometimes my skin cancer, the way it affected my overall well-being, it made it hard. If they were to throw you any VI, they gotta recognize that you did all that work without asking for over 50 to 150 plus an hour for all the labor work, right? They gotta throw you some steak, man. Take you out and get you a quadruple patty burger. Be thankful. Saving them 30 years of mortgage when you build a place. That's the beauty of it all. It's a lot of energy too to expend to put your own place together. It's amazing. I mean, here in an hour, I just took my home from 38 degrees to almost 54 degrees. Now, I'm pretty sure if my miner would have been set on the right function, it would have been way hotter than this. I would have probably hit that 60-degree mark in an hour. I'm very proud of myself, man. I'm very proud of myself, y'all. And I sure hope that if I do this experiment again, I'm going to heat it up in here enough for me. I'm going to let it get back down in temperature. It takes roughly a day and a half once I get it up to a solid heated up temperature. And it's just wild. I'm going through a lot of hot and cold with the problems of my bodily injuries and cancer, to all the surgeries that I've had done on me. And to utilize the winter and the year-round coolness of Colorado is how I've been medically treating myself to be okay. I miss constructing. I miss pipeline welding. Those were my passion things to do in life, and I enjoyed them a lot. And when it comes down to the thought, how can I survive out in a negative 40-degree possible chance cold zone with radical climate change and it getting up to almost 100 degrees in the Rocky Mountains has been a challenge for me. The winds are outrageous here. I've dealt with sand cutting my eyes and tearing me up. I've even dealt with the risk of shingling and high winds. Literally don't care what you throw me. I do it because it's supposed to be done, and that is the right thing to do. That's what will make America great again. Americans working with Americans. It truly is wild, you know, and even to all the ones that are becoming American, and you're given a leap of faith to join our country. I do hope that we all can find a way to protect this area. It is a beautiful country. Don't get me wrong, y'all. My Native American lands are absolutely gorgeous. And I hope that you all can see the best interests of adding everyone to my country and safely being safeguarded here. I don't want to reject anybody of any race. I would love to see one day the 31 race people of Earth to come together and build the most beautiful museum you could ever see in your entire lives. And just kind of put all your culture in there, your languages. I mean, you got computers now to safeguard them. And never, ever let anything disappear. Never let it go extinct. Try your best. You say you work for free, however, I expect some form of equality back because I have invested my own equity. I just don't specify what you need to get in return within reasons. That's true. That's true. Maybe a kind heart, working for free, and a concept family is what you're working towards. Even if it wasn't your family and you're helping somebody else or staying with them, you're just showing respect. And that's the American way that we're supposed to be. Even with the knowledge we have, we're supposed to share it, not charge 100 grand for it. You know what I mean? And so, you know, of course, I got two patent designs that I've been waiting anxiously for them to be done. So that way I can show how to retrieve a fallen water well. And I would like to see that fixed so that way I can make it possible for myself to take care of myself and also to make people happy to not lose their $25,000 investments into water well systems that are drilled for them that are real deep. And I was hoping to get there and eventually get my water well drilling license, but maybe my son will be the strong arm. He's almost 18, y'all. One more year. One more year. Giving to somebody is a non-taxable event, and if it's not specified as a bill, it is a gift. It definitely is a gift. The most joyous gift is having someone that knows how to build help you, even fixing a pipe. I'm up to 54 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the timer. It's been roughly almost an hour live. Second small stack of wood. Not like solid wood. I got some real thick wood. This is just a little tiny, probably 6-inch diameter tree that I split it up. And so, and I'm just using barely any wood, and it's real hot in here. What you done, Bango? Right here, got a propane heater with a big gap with a sand battery tamale pot. I used one of my old tamale pots and filled it with sand. And so it kind of retains a lot of heat, a lot more than I thought. I can't wait to redesign it into a more professional way of utilizing it. Right here, my first minor electric heater, and it produces a good amount of heat coming off of it, and it's very nice aspect of an addition to speed up the airflow. And the direction I have it pushing in the home is not exactly right to the hallway. It's to be pushed into the wooden stove and then pushed across. Of course, my little propane heater has a fan on it, but I need batteries for that one. One source it is, and watch the equity come in, and the more we get, because that's how it works. I know. I kind of hope to get diamond eyes for welding for all what I get. If I was to have anything in the afterlife, the ability to have the strongest eyes and lungs and sinus cavity to weld again. That would be my best pick in this present life. I just only want my medical bills covered. You know, any financial government assistance support for becoming disabled through all the hard work that I gave. It's not a whole lot to ask. I'm not asking to just right away throw me millions, billions, trillions. I just want to make sure I can eat. You know, I got my own water well. I just want to make sure that it works. I hooked up the electricity myself and got it approved. I just want to make sure that stays on. Uh, Having the internet, being able to reach out and say hi to y'all while I'm in the middle of nowhere on solar free energy is pretty cool. You know, I can't believe I'm streaming and uploading on solar energy. Uh, I don't really want to ask for a whole lot. You know, it's not like I'm asking for outrageous things, just the needs. There are a lot of plants for your eyes. I would like a plant count increase. That would be nice. Been 10 years for me, and I still haven't gotten more than 12 flower count. You know, I am planning on trying to grow. I have to save money. And I would like to try to make a solar set that would make the growing lights work and try that technique inside my own home would be nice. But of course, I keep my marijuana real far in a locked up section, so that way, in case my kids ever come home, I can just take everything and lock it up there, and it's like 200 feet away. And so, I would like a Popeye's chicken installed closer to me. Maybe give KFC some competition out there in Alamosa. But, you know, most of all, if I was to ask for anything in present age, maybe my first patent design and second one to be complete. They go together, and to leave like a cool mark on this world. And I believe my two tools would be useful even in outer space because they would be light enough to carry. Um, there's neat ways you could probably use them to catch wire line or maybe pipes that are trying to get away from you in space. Or even if you find water on another planet and just say an earthquake happened and your whole assembly fell, and you could just pull it right back up real easy with these light tools, or even 3D print them out. Marigold flowers work very well for your eyes. I Let's see here. I haven't tried marigold flowers a whole lot. I did the whole eating a lot of carrots. I tried that one. And even though all the flash burns that I had on my eyes from welding, it was a lot. Uh, I have not been able to find anything to soothe them. Um, Not even eye drops. Eye drops sometimes feel like they set them on fire. That's why I don't use much eye drops at all anymore. I just don't know what the well fumes and how much art damage really did to them. You know, and I'm pretty sure I would believe if I had blue eyes, I would have had probably gotten cataracts right away. And so temperature is 56 degrees. I'm about an hour live. Black seed oil, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Even for the respiratory, even to put it topically on your skin. I would sometimes put it on the cancer hoping that it would go away. But eventually they had to just cut it out. So a second stack is glowing really hot. And so I got enough heat there to push and turn off the system. Low propane. And this is just to get the home heated back up from overnight. And I decided to pick the high noon to try to attempt this. The miner. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. It's officially 45-minute run. So I'm going to go ahead and put it to sleep. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to hop off of my computer and shut down the peak hour start of electricity. I'm about 26 minutes in. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit more before I shut it off. And just let the fans kind of run. It did get hot in here a lot quicker than I expected. If I would have properly set the heater electric right, it would have stayed on solidly. So I am honestly telling y'all, I went from 38 degrees almost to 60 degrees an hour. Cloves and also broccoli sprout are really interesting in regards to the response to cancer. I wonder if you added asparagus to that mixture and grilled them together with a little bit of mesquite and butter, salt, and pepper, if it would just be real soothing overall. If you know what I mean, nubs. And make a good hearty side dish to go with your steak and baked potato loaded. Asparagus is good. However, the broccoli sprouts specifically are where it's at. Yes, yes. I when I first grew in Colorado, I tried to grow some vegetables, and broccoli was one that I picked. Really easy to sprout broccoli. Same with the pea, sweet pea. They're And when you grow broccoli, if you grow it past that sprouting point, you get the most beautiful flowers you could ever look at. It's like amazing. And you can grow tons of seeds from one broccoli. Well, broccoli never gonna disappear. And so I sure hope that I can come back online. I'm gonna do my best to try to get a mini PC. Is what I'm trying to work towards in order to go with the solar stream, and then I gotta upgrade the solar a little bit stronger. And from there on, I'll try my best to make a solar free live stream, even with my PC device. Of course, charging a cell phone off the solar is pretty cool. You know, right now this charge is off the grid this round, so you know, kind of half and half. Uh, there is research study on YouTube about broccoli sprouts and cancer from the Credit College, so it can be used as medical advice. Nice. You ever heard of tree oil and oregano? The key two ingredients to break the shielding on bacteria. It's pretty interesting. A kid's fair science fair experiment had that phenomenal breakthrough discovery. Have you thought about wind energy as well? Yes, I am definitely considering on trying to save up and get a Vevor windmill, and then possibly a Echo worthy windmill as a slightly bigger, stronger one, and then maybe a third one. I'll have to pick out either the new. Uh, I think it's Europe that invented a new design of a windmill. It kind of looks like a vertical type spiral type thing. It's expensive, but I figure start small, understand what I'm working with and how it all operate here in Colorado, and slowly upgrade little by little until I get to the point that can make 220 power is what I'm planning. And right now, what I'm starting small is just to make sure the refrigerator runs and in the internet is what I'm using right now. And as far as like a 12 volt 108H lithium battery, running my 7.5 amp refrigerator on it, it can almost run it for 5 days on just one battery with about roughly 200 watt to 100 watt bifacial panels that may go from 20 watts to 150 watts peak. Yeah, I was looking at some designs of windmills to make. Platane as well, not the banana. Much cheaper instructions right here on YouTube. Yes, yes. All the how-to videos that people put out, even some that I have put out for Earthbag construction, has been interesting. Of course, my gaming experience in trying to stream it, um, it's just very competitive out there to get more followers and subscribers that way. But I do still enjoy gaming and trying to keep an understanding of all that technology. Uh, there'll always be some gamer in the family, and to be able to relate with them, it's nice. You know, especially when you have a fellow comrade, they play Minecraft and they don't know if you really like something like that, and you make them feel comfortable and you send them a picture of your cobblestone home. You know, with your one diamond sword. Yeah. Yeah, if y'all have any questions of my design on this Earthbag home, uh, as far as the videos and things I released, I had ended by showing that I had a Christmas tree and a normal lifestyle inside the home. That's where I had ended. I didn't want to continue showing more of the building and everything. The second addition on, I just didn't really have any thoughts of adding more content. I thought showing that I'm living my life now in the home and playing games and streaming was good enough way to bring a closure to showing that I finally successfully got to where I was planning on getting to, is making the studio, making a show. And of course, at that time, I only knew YouTube as a TV show. I ended up going on Twitch because I'm a gamer also, and I like streaming the gaming, so I try to put my gaming over there and try to keep a little bit of my construct life over here. And so, very exciting. Uh, just to let y'all know, I was, even though I put in all my paperwork correctly, they denied me of LEAP even with 12 months of disability on. They try to say that I didn't send my documentation in on time, and I don't know how many emails you got to give them. So I live very cost efficiently. I appreciate that subscribe. I definitely appreciate you checking out the videos. From my water well fixing to all the way to stardom and constructing this place. The looking back video is my favorite one. Is looking back at how I put it all together. Not in a time lapse, but more in a still frame picture type aspect. It kind of shows you how I palletized all my earth bags and then formed the walls, then the windows, and then eventually the roof. And I did a dual attic roof design with 10 sheet and OBS solar shield reflective interlocking. And so it made a very interesting outcome of a phenomenal way to heat up the home. It is gorgeous. It's about 740 square feet. Um, if I ever do pass away and my sons never come and claim the home, and my parents pass away, whoever ends up with this property, please do have fun with it. If you decide to destroy the home and build something else, and well, that's how a relic goes, you know. It just be a memory. And so it'll always be here on YouTube as long as they allow my account to be in existence. So if you're ever looking for a design, right now the walls are only roughly 20 inches thick. I was able to take the design from 38 degrees close to 56 degrees an hour. And so think about the concept, how often your heater comes on, all of those things, what you go through. If you're cold tolerant like me, uh, or you might be suffering from burn injuries like me, and this kind of helps soothe it. Uh, you won't need a whole lot of heat if you're suffering with problems like that, or getting real hot from the cancer that you may be going through, or chemotherapy. This is a great way if you're looking at Colorado as a place to try to treat yourself. Uh, some people say the cold makes the cancer grow faster. I stayed indoor. Mine, the sunshine makes my cancer grow faster, and I miss being out in the sun. I'm I'm very wetter looking, so definitely take care, Nubs. You all take care. I appreciate all that had came by to spend time with me for a glimpse, a moment. I know all of y'all are busy out there working hard or going to school or college. Whoever is here as adult supervision for your children and curious about how my trio heat effect worked and how to survive this type of environment, please do always take cautionary of how much heat you use for monoxide and all of those things, and always make sure you have fresh air ventilated to your home. Please do take care out there. Much love to you all out there on planet Earth. Whoa and how.